bundles. Not enough these bugging, I heard they stun you. It's gonna be trouble. We come through and catch you while you cuddle. Barrels like tunnels, don't even mumble.
I'm back to ballin', I'm in the back full of only. Pull on the scene and the queen playing Pastor Troy. Breaded turkey, spaghetti, and castor oil. That's turn your guillotine to a fashion show. In 4 minutes, I turn this into forensics in a foreign car with a foreign. It's long-winded, paper long, and you taking long. You just don't get it. On the phone up on Say Tony, want a song with me. Hotter than Mississippi, the summer of the 1950s. In a van full of some white. Get pulled over for swerving like hi, officer. When he asked me why I was swerving, I'm swerve, officer.
I can make it bounce by myself. I can make it bounce by myself. I can make it bounce by myself. I can make it bounce by myself.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. Opening week in the NFL is an exciting time for everybody, including these two teams here today. It's the Vikings going up against the Titans. With that, let's get you out to Nashville, where we welcome in our new team for 2016. Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Larry, Charles and I certainly looking forward to working with you this year.
Yes, we are.
Indeed, as we welcome the rest of you in to Nissan Stadium here in Nashville, Tennessee. Today, the opener of the 2016 NFL season between the Minnesota Vikings and the Tennessee Titans. Charles, for the Vikings, 11-5 last year, tough loss in the wild card. Meanwhile, for Tennessee, they're just trying to forget that 3-13 year.
And Minnesota thinks that they've got a team that's built to go and win the Super Bowl. They figure after last year, with some new additions, they've got a heck of a chance to get there. Then you flip it over to Tennessee. No one had a better offseason or draft than the Tennessee Titans. They want to see if they can translate that into victories.
It's the dawn of a new era for us at EA Sports as the 2016 NFL season is underway. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And led out by the rookie. Expectations high here as he's making his first NFL start. Now here's the first carry for DeMarco Murray. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. And when this offense is clicking on all cylinders, the running back is in sync as well.
The focal point. Runs, catches, blocks, sets a tone for the offense.
Let's see what the offense comes with here, 2nd and 8. Looking to throw. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. The first-time Pro Bowler a year ago, Everson Griffin, in there to drop him with his first sack of 2016. Defensive end gets in there that time. They were in a 4-3. What's the responsibility of the ends versus the tackles there, Charles?
Well, most of the time when you talk about the ends, they're your pass rushers. They're the guys that you turn loose to try and get to the guy who's going to throw the football. The tackles, usually more of the run-stuffing variety. But the way this game is advanced, you're wanting a little bit of everything out of all of your guys. But let's just go ahead and break it down and make it simple. The guy who's the right defensive end versus a right-handed quarterback, that's the blind side. He's going after the quarterback. He's going to put him on the ground.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Got a man, it's right. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. First down coming there on the intermediate passing play. That's been a point of emphasis, they told us in practice, using those medium routes to keep the defense off balance.
And it wasn't just them telling us. We got to watch them practice it and work on it because they've been trying to fine-tune it and get it right before this game. And I think they have to be happy with the result.
All right, here we go.
On first down, Murray. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. And a look at the Vikings defensive unit.
Eric Kendricks is another one of those bloodline guys in the NFL. His brother Michael also plies his trade as a linebacker. And Eric's trying to show him he's the best in the family.
See if they stay on the ground for second down. They go with Murray again. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Back-to-back 1-yard runs here, so that leaves him with a 3rd down and 8.
And that's why you see a lot of teams that like to play 4-3 defense, especially against teams that run the ball really well, because you count on your defensive front, the tackles and the ends, to eat up the blocking in the offensive line and keep that guy in the middle clean so he can roam to the football and make a tackle. In this case, he introduced himself and said, "Hello, my name is Mike."
Play clock winding. So we're back in the offense getting set following the call of that timeout. And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Forced out to his left. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Emerson Griffin able to get him down for a loss of 11 on the play. And it'll be 4th down. Here's the 9-year man Brett Kern on to punt the football away. And here's a very low line drive. Almost whiffed on it. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And it'll be Viking football here as they take possession. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. They'll be led out by their quarterback in his 6th year now from Oklahoma. It's Sam Bradford.
The former #1 pick in the NFL draft battled his share of injuries while he was at Oklahoma, but had a terrific rookie season with the St. Louis Rams before the injury bug hit again. But this guy, when he's on his game, is about as accurate as it gets in throwing the football.
And he's got the hook up here. It's Kyle Rudolph. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. So on that play, defense was in the zone. They ran a crossing route offensively, but the defense there, you got to be good with communication, don't you?
You certainly do, and it's not something that is really evident when you watch it on the screen. But everyone's talking, communicating, pointing, and it keeps you from chasing receivers because you have a specific zone you have to cover. When a receiver's in your zone and he crosses to another one, you got to let your guy know. They got a completion there, but I like the discipline they showed to stay in their proper areas and then make the tackle.
Fresh set of downs here. They go play action here on 1st down. His throw caught at about the 5. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Stephon Diggs, 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Vikings have taken a first-quarter lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
He's got it, and the Vikings take a 7-0 lead. Forbat to send it away now following the touchdown. To return, this is Mark Mariani. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. And the Titans getting set to go. And last time out, they had to punt the football away. Anything positive possibly to take from that?
There always is when you're punting the football away. It doesn't sound like it because you're giving it up, but you've avoided a mistake.
At least you didn't turn it over.
You didn't turn it over.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And a costly turnover there as the ball will be spotted first and goal at the 5-yard line. For the Titans, Charles, second most fumbles last year in the league behind Cleveland. They had 16.
And that's what happens as a young team starts to grow. You know, as they try and get better, they will create their own problems, drop the ball too much, and they become veterans, take care of it better, their record will increase.
They'll run with Peterson. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. The starters now on offense. And Stephon Diggs, our first chance to see him today.
Brandon, remember we had this conversation about how highly recruited he was in high school. Didn't quite live up to it in college due to some injuries. But, boy, has he hit the NFL like a bomb. Stephon Diggs, a crafty, mature route runner who can go the distance.
They'll run for it with Peterson. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. They've gotten it to the 1. Can they get that final yard here on 3rd and goal? So 1 quarter in the books on NFL kickoff weekend. The Vikings are in the lead early. EA Sports NFL Sunday returns following this.
This presentation of the NFL on EA Sports is brought to you by Snickers. You're off your game when you're hungry. Snickers satisfies.
Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter begins with the Vikings holding the football, and they'll come up looking to keep this drive moving. Now, they held them out on 2nd down, and now here's 3rd and goal. Here's Peterson on 3rd and goal, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Adrian Peterson taking it in from a yard out. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead.
Well, they decided to run it in and got it done on 3rd and goal. A lot of times that's a passing play.
And the kicker just has to come out for the PAT. He can breathe a sigh of relief as well, right?
Although I don't know if he's really breathing a sigh of relief. I think he likes to put 3 points on his ledger.
This fielded at the 2. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. Marching back out there, ready for the next possession. Here comes a Vikings defense. Forced the fumble last time, up on the scoreboard. Things going their way.
Things are rocking easy now, and they feel good about themselves, confident, taking the ball away in the last possession. They're going to try and do it again.
So let me ask you, can you be playing free and that can be good, or it can also become bad, right?
I like the way you put it. You're exactly right. It can work both ways. Sometimes you get too loose and give up big plays and not handle your responsibilities. But oftentimes when you're playing free and easy and locked in, as they are today, you see the end result.
They'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Everson Griffin in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Well, it was 2nd long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving them exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
So it's 3rd and long, and defensively not a real surprise. They're in the dime. And this is going to be incomplete. Tajay Sharp, the intended target. And that brings up 4th down. Here's Brett Kern now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. A terrific return there. 27 yards all told. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position. 1st and 10. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that.
Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice game right there on 1st down for them. Brings up a nice 2nd down for him.
And he's got his man on the out route. And down inside the 15 he goes. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
1st down, here's a run with Peterson. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. The ball carrier there, Adrian Peterson, he turned 31 back in March.
But after his return from knee surgery a few years ago, that incredible return, I don't think we look at his number the same way as we do a lot of running backs who turn 30.
Yeah, I agree. And right now, standing 17th all time in the NFL. And that'll be caught by Diggs for a Minnesota touchdown. Stephon Diggs, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead. So they've had 2 drives, and he's had the 2 receiving touchdowns.
And how about a game plan where you decide to force feed or feature someone, and it works? First 2 drives, as you noted, end up in touchdown passes. I think they're going to keep going to him until the defense makes any kind of an adjustment.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. And he has not really been able to have a lot of comfort back there in the pocket. Pressure's been coming at him a lot, hasn't it?
And they've got to figure out how to tamp down that pressure. How do they decrease it? Is it getting rid of the football quicker? You know, shorter drops? Maybe they do something different with their pass blocking and their protection schemes. Maybe you meet them on the line of scrimmage instead of retreating to try and protect your quarterback. They've got to figure something out, though, because you cannot let your guy get hit that much, not if you intend to win.
Yeah, I know they'd like to erase that video and those 4 sacks that they've seen so far. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. It's a gain of 5, and that'll make it a 2nd down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And right with it here over the middle. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Got a man right side. It's Sharp. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. They'll look to throw again. Sideline throw. It's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. A reminder coming up at this and every halftime this season, we'll be checking in with Larry Ridley in Orlando for highlights and analysis of our first half.
LR, that's my man.
That's your guy. So the offense needing 4 yards. It's 3rd down. They come out here in the eye. Now back to throw. And he fires one, but incomplete.
Pass interference, defense.
So pass interference on the defense. Charles, this is a penalty we see all the time.
The offenses know what they're doing. They know how to create great matchups. And defenders, if you're not there in time, they will throw the flag.
Now let's go. Following the penalty, it's Murray. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Well, in 2016 in Tennessee, DeMarco Murray, we're going to find out if it was style, scheme, does he still have it or not. He thinks he's going to be more comfortable with the Titans.
Yeah, because that fall off last year, 2014, over 1,800 yards, 392 carries.
One of the best seasons running the football that we've seen in recent years.
He'll look to throw. Complete to right. Past the 20. They give him a gain of 38.
Coaches really don't care from what position they get this, but run after the catch ability, rack ability, is often the difference between winning and losing and changing field position.
So they're operating in the red zone.
Tight, watch left. Tight, watch left. 4 down. Here we go.
They'll set up a throw. Dancing to his left. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Call it a gain of 5, and it'll be second and goal.
And we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But, you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
Right. He's tight right here. He's tight on the right.
They come out here in the eye. Second and goal from the 1. And he gets in. Touchdown, Tennessee. DeMarco Murray. His first touchdown as a Tennessee Titan. And the Titans are able to cut into that deficit.
Yeah, you heard it, right?
Exhale.
You heard the exhale, and I'm taking that from their bench because finally, right before the half, they find a way to get the ball in the end zone and get some points on the board. Maybe they can use that to kickstart them for the second half.
Yeah, just to get something before going into the lockers. And now in the second half, if they can just tighten.
That's what they want to do, tighten down everything they're doing, and then maybe explode at the right time.
So that drive takes them down the field in 8 plays. And DeMarco Murray, the one to finish it off with a touchdown run. Now it's Ryan Suckup on after the touchdown to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that could change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
Watch left. Green, blue 45.
Here's Peterson as they begin on the ground. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
A 1-yard gain can look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time.
Thanks, Brandon. Thanks, Charles. And welcome to our EA Halftime Report. I'm Larry Ridley. The Titans trail right now, but with another half to play, there's time to turn it around. The Vikings came in prepared for this game, and it shows in the way they've played. All right, let's roll those highlights. Vikings take it at the 24. Broken coverage here on the pass play. And this 2-play drive goes for a touchdown. That puts them up by a touchdown. Now after the fumble, Peterson's going to stay between the tackles, and he'll end up sprinting into the end zone. Vikings up by 2 touchdowns. Vikings take it at the 6. The pass will be completed into coverage, and he finds his mark for the score. Vikings up now by 21. Titans have it late in the second. Murray's got it on the run, and he capped off the 8-play drive with a TD. Now trailing by 14. That'll do it for us here at EA Sports Studios. Let's get back out to Brandon and Charles for the call of the second half. Brandon.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And this will be a touchback, so a first chance here in week 1 to see the ball be brought out with the new rule to the 25-yard line. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. The left side caught by Diggs. 15 yards through the air on a first down.
As if he didn't have enough to think about on that route, the comeback route, coming back to the football and catching it, decided to make sure he toe-tapped and kept himself in bounds.
And that was spectacular, but on the comeback route, maybe a little easier to deal with the sideline since you've got better vision of it.
I think that's a great point because you should know exactly where you're going and know how much space you have and make sure you get your feet down. But, yeah, coming back to the football, I like it. Good vision.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. Peterson alone in the backfield. To throw is Bradford. And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. A really nice gain of 25 yards. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
They run again with Peterson. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
And when you're trying to set up a counter play, that's what a lot of people call an influence play. You're really hoping those defensive linemen are really agile that day. If they stayed out late the night before the game, they're not moving as fast, it's a lousy call because that means they're just going to sit in the hole that you have to create just by the movement of your offensive line.
And there they got the ball to the outer third of the field, but tackled behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, things get stacked up in there if they don't move as well as you want them to, and probably just trying to escape and couldn't get away. Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did. Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. Again, Peterson. And he is going to lose yardage here. So he loses 3 yards there. Now third down.
I'm not sure they could have had a better call there for the defense. Blitz was called, and they're setting up for a draw. When you're blitzing, you're likely to beat them to the punch because they're going to take a little extra time to set up. Talk about the offensive line. In this case, you'll get into the backfield before they can get set up.
On third down, Bradford. Looking for someone to throw to. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. They do get 9, but it leads to fourth down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. And Forbath will put this one through, and that'll push the lead up to 17. So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive only yields 3 points.
Yeah, they were able to move the football, but the defense stiffened once their backs were to the end zone, and they were able to hold them to just 3.
Forbath now to kick it away after the made field goal. This will be taken in at the 1. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The Vikings defense getting ready to go. And a touchdown given up the last time they were out there, so maybe need to refocus a little bit.
And make sure that they don't start finger-pointing with each other, because oftentimes when a touchdown's given up, you say, okay, where did that happen? Who broke down? Who gave it up? Instead, just go back out there, be a unit again, and try and play a little bit better.
Yeah, see if they can play a little bit better on this drive. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. They're going to look to throw. Rolling to his left. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that'll make it 3rd down.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot, because we saw the catch there, right? He made it, but he's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away, but the bottom line is that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Here's Brett Kern now as he's on to punt for Tennessee. And a fair catch called for and made at the 12-yard line. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Vikings will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. They try to fire up the run game with Adrian Peterson. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. They'll get 19 yards there. And it'll give the Vikings a 1st down. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
This presentation of the NFL on EA Sports is brought to you by Snickers. You're off your game when you're hungry. Snickers satisfies.
Back now in Nashville. It's the Vikings in possession of the football and the lead. They'll be looking to add to that total as we begin quarter number 4. They run again on 1st down. Peterson. They find some open field here. And all the way down to the 29. It's a big run for AP. 40 yards on the ground.
You know what's really hard for a big-time running back? It's patience. Being able to hang in there when the runs aren't there, when you're taking some hits early in the game. With this drive, oh, he's come alive, and in a big way, now he's starting to gallop.
And he'll get this one down to about the 27. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. And in this situation with the lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
Another 2-yard gain there, but they'll need to do better this time. It's 3rd and 6.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
Here's Bradford. He's got time in the pocket. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. A great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps him pick up the first.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Another tote for the workhorse here this afternoon, Peterson. And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
They'll try and run with McKinnon. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. From the 3-yard line once more. Now here's 3rd and goal. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. From the 3-yard line again, they'll try and punch it in here on 3rd and goal. They'll run it. Here's Peterson. No gain on the play that time, so a big stop, and it's going to leave them with a 4th and goal. And the Titans going to signal for a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And Rudolph has got it. The big tight end for a Viking touchdown. Kyle Rudolph, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead. They had the lead in the 4th, but still passing. Finding the big target for the touchdown. Now that lead grows even more.
Everybody gets to join in the fun. You know, it doesn't have to just be the wide receivers catching touchdown passes. The tight end doesn't just have to do just the dirty work inside. He gets a chance to get into the end zone as well.
Here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Being chased out left. Throw left side, complete to Sharp.
Holding offense.
And that right there will set him back a bit on the offensive holding penalty.
And you know who you want to pressure after a penalty like that? The guy who just committed the foul. You want to see if he's going to keep his head down or if he's going to get his head right back into the game. I'd send a blitz at him right away and see if he holds up.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And right with it here over the middle. And they're going to have this one up near the 30-yard line. And they're going to speed things up here. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Trying for right, and it's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. This spot in the fourth quarter with that deficit had to throw the football. Unfortunately, there's the risk of big turnover.
And you know you're going to be throwing against nickel, dime, all sorts of exotic defenses, but you have to do it anyway. Ordinarily, you might want to run the football a little bit, try and get them out of it. But as you noted, this time of the game, this point on the clock, had to throw it.
Now it's AP, Adrian Peterson. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. A lot of times, as AP goes, so goes the team. He's done well. The team's done well.
And usually when he does that well, other people do in addition, because now you can open up other things in your offense. But the bottom line is he is option number one, and that's usually their best option. Just absolutely can brutalize a defense.
390.
And partner, this first week, this first game that we get to call together, so special every year, week one. You had the flyover, the big American flag out there before the game, all the hoopla, just having football back, so special.
It is an opening day, opening game. There's just nothing like it because you really build to a crescendo. But the best part for us is that crescendo lasts for a while. Opening game here, an entire season. We get into the playoffs, to the Super Bowl. I was really excited. I could barely sleep last night. I can't imagine being a player.
So for Minnesota, not much to complain about here. They come in and steal a victory in a tough place to play on a Sunday night. And they'll return home next week to take on the Green Bay Packers. Meanwhile, for the Titans, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel up to Detroit to take on the Lions. So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we sign off from Nashville.